Hello everybody, Andy from Kent Survival here, and I'm joined today by Tom Outdoors. Hello. He's come over from Essex, over to Kent here, have a little walk around. We're in the cliff area, doing some walking along the foreshore. Probably going to have a bit of a wild camp later on and see how that goes. But yeah, we'll see what we see. And I've got my first view of Cliff Fall. They look absolutely brilliant. Hello, it's me again. I've done little to no filming so far, so I thought I'd quickly do some. Tom's just walked on ahead a bit here. We have just walked through Cliff Village. We're heading on back down to the riverway now. We're going to go past a couple of forts, Cliff Fort and Shawn. Probably see the same shipwreck that was in my other video of Cliff as well. And yeah, we'll see what we see. I'll bring you back shortly. Hello again. So we're now on top of the Nine Elms cement works, which you've seen in one of my previous videos here. You can see the individual kilns behind me. I think there's 9 in a row. As soon as Eric got his name. So yeah, we're right on the Thames foreshore here, and we're going to be heading behind me here past this aggregate works into the fort. You can just about see the watchtower there. I'll zoom in on that. There we go, you can just about see it. Right, so you can see behind me here, so the fort, just behind this aggregate works here, and we're right on the river here. So the pathway is actually closed going through, so we're going to have to go down onto the beach, up under this conveyor and back down the other side. And I think there's a bit of a pathway that's fallen or eroded into the river around there as well. Tom's just filming behind me here, playing catch up. And as you can see, that sun, first signs of it are starting to set here, and my hair going a bit crazy. So yeah, we're kind of on the lookout for somewhere to camp at this point. So this is the torpedo ramp, you may remember from my other video, a Brennan torpedo ramp, which are wire guided torpedoes from the 1800s. It's a pretty interesting historical thing here. You can see how it went down into the river there and was controlled, I guess, from the fort behind us. As you can see, the sun is starting to come down, so we better find somewhere to camp. Come across some horses here, right next to the shipwreck, same one that's in my last video, the Hans Egghead, which might be Egghead or Egghead. And yeah, we're still just by the fort here. So we're going to try and get past these horses that are out of focus. So here we go, we've come along the river and been scouting out some locations, and this is just the lake on the other side of where the river is, which is just that side. We found this little peninsula over here where Tom is, and we think we're going to set up here. We've both got the same tent today, the OEX Fox one, his and hers as we was just saying. And yeah, so we're going to set up here. Someone has been here previously over there slightly, if you can see, and they've had a bit of a fire, so we're probably going to do something very similar, maybe in the same spot even. Just get some driftwood from the river over there. Things are seeming peaceful, birds on the lake, should be quite nice. So we're going to get set up. Okay, so we're using Tom's light here, because mine's pretty useless. I think my batteries might be going. Got an adventure food pasta carbonara for dinner. We didn't film setting up because we've kind of lost light and I'm just using this little mini Chinese stove thing on this gas to heat up some water, and that is that. Right, so I've just started my pasta carbonara. Have a little look in there. It's reconstituted quite well. I'd put in less water, which is what I usually do with these things. And to be honest, it tastes quite nice. To be honest, it's the onion's not really reconstituted that well. The rest of it seems fine. So yeah, I'm happy. Right, so finally out of bed. As you can see here, we do both have the same tent with us. It's the Fox one, the OEX. Tom poking his head out of his.
Still too early.
we kind of woke up. I did some filming and then we kind of had a bit of a snooze. The aggregate works over by the fort's been up and making noise, so yeah, we think we're gonna make a move up down the river to Shawn Fort. We'll have a look at that. Okay, so as you can see, we've taken down the tent, pretty much ready to set off now. You can see a couple of dry patches over there where we were. Tom's just putting away the rubbish there. We're going to head off over this way, up to the river and down to the fort. The wild horses we saw last night. A lot more horses here, along by the river. And a wild tom. No. Hello. Tom, I've got a headache. Is there anything in the pillbox for it?
Oh. God.
So we've just reached Shawn Fort here. Not much of it left, just the outer wall here, the gun emplacements, the barracks and admin buildings were all knocked down in the 50s. And this is from the, I think it was completed in 1870, it said, and went all the way up to the 1950s when it was decommissioned. We'll just have a quick look behind as well at the gun emplacements. So here you can see the inside of the fort, the different emplacements along here. You can see on the floor here where the guns would rotate along to change position. So we've just found the tunnels that go under the fort and Tom's going to volunteer to go down there in his hard hat.
Oh shit.
This could be the last of you see of Tom outdoors.
Oh.
I can reach his phone so I could upload his last video for him.
It's like Gollum or something.
So we could all say goodbye.
Farewell! Oh.
Want me to pass your hard hat?
Hang on, no, it's alright. Yeah, it's brilliant, there's loads of women in here. You want to get down here?
So as you can see, it's my turn.
Good luck.
There we go. I could probably turn the...
Oh, is that a fucking massive spider hole here? Shit. Right next to that.
So this is the magazines for the fort. We've just come. Jesus, it goes quite far. Little extra light from the camera here. Don't know how the audio's picking up, it's rather echoey. You can see it's flooded here. I'm just climbing over these rocks, concrete. So back to where we came in. A quick poke through here. This, I believe, is the magazines. So you can see through there, you can see through another one of these holes to the next magazine. But I don't think I'm going to climb through here. It's a little tight.
Is Andy crawling out?
I'll take that off.
Yeah, I'll take that. It's painful.
Right, what did you do?
Well, I just wriggled, but I actually tore waterproof over trousers, which wasn't good. Made that look a lot easier than me. Survive.
Big one. Right, so we've just come back up to the foreshore of the Thames, other side of cliff basically. We're going to try and have a look over here at the explosive works. So yeah, we'll get back to you if we can get in. So we're here at the Cliff gunpowder works. They're having a little nose around. We couldn't find anyone to ask permission, so we assumed they'd say yes. But yeah, there's a lot of buildings you can see on the horizon there and spread around where they'd make the explosives. Spread out so if one would blow up, not all of them would. There was a couple of incidents here where a few deaths, I believe, but the whole plant closed down after the First World War. Yeah, it's an interesting place to come. This I'm assuming was some kind of offices or something, got a fireplace and that, so this wouldn't have been one of the actual gunpowder huts. Some of them are actually underground as well. You can see these mounds which have buildings inside. This is just another one of the buildings on the gunpowder works. few of these mound ones. So we're just on the foreshore here. Thought we'd have a spot of lunch before finishing up for the day. Got a crappy mug shot in here for me, and Tom's got one of them Wayfair. What was it again?
It's a Wayfair and meatballs and pasta.
Meatballs and pasta.
It's just gone out.
And yeah, so a little bit of lunch. And the sun's kind of in and out. Oh, and we've got something special coming along. I'm going to turn you around in just a second. So as you can see, just as I was talking about my food, this started sailing past. I'll have to check up and see exactly what ship it is, and I'll put it on the screen. But as far as I can see there, it appears to be British. Maybe a frigate, when naval knowledge is not that fantastic.
Frigate in the rigging.
It's certainly something interesting to see while we're down here. So that's coming from London, heading out to sea. May have been up by the HMS Belfast, they quite often dock up next to it. So I just had a quick check as it was sailing away there. It's the HMS Argyle apparently. There it goes. So if you've made it this far, we've had our lunch on the foreshore, and we've come back to Cliffe Village now. We've just had a swift pint, and yeah, we're gonna go home now. So I'd like to thank you for watching. I'd like to thank Tom for coming along and joining me on this wild camp and hike, or me joining him, whichever way you want to look at it. It's been good to meet him. If you have not already, check out his channel. If you do like a bit of hiking and that, and some wild camping, have a look at him and say that I sent you over. If you like this video, I've got a few others, so you can check them out. There'll be some on the screen now. Other than that, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks very much. Goodbye.